क्या प्रश्न है?
Does life have a purpose or do things happen randomly?
Does life have a purpose?
Yes.
That's a very general question. I mean, don't you think a relevant question would be, does my life have a purpose? My life has a purpose. That is the question. Whose life it is? My life. Who am I? Before I find out what is the purpose of my life, I think it's very relevant to find out who am I. Because based on that, I guess I'll find what the purpose is. Right? If this I is coming from this limited self, limited ego, then the purpose is also going to be limited. Right? So let's see, in our normal living, what is the meaning of this I? Who am I? What is human consciousness? What is my consciousness? Right? Human consciousness, is it not whatever it is comprised of? You know, human consciousness, if it is like a bag, then whatever is inside that bag is human consciousness. Then let's look at what is inside that bag. The sense of I, if I talk about Yoga Sutras, then it's created through identifications. I identify with a particular country and I become, for example, if I identify with being an Indian, I become an Indian. If I identify with being a Christian, I am a Christian, right? So that is what I become. So all my identifications, I identify with a house, I become the owner of that house. I identify with a relationship, I become a husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, father. Each one of these identifications creates an image. I am an Indian is an image. There is no inherent truth to it. Right? It's a mind-made reality. I am a Hindu is again a mind-made reality. You might kind of agree or disagree with that, but the fact is that there is no inherent truth to both these. Right? The real person gets lost in all these identifications. So my consciousness becomes a collection of these images. There are thousands of images that I am carrying, or maybe millions of images, and that's all I am. All my conditioning, everything that I have known from my childhood has created an image. My parents had their images and they made sure that I also have those images. I become an Indian when I'm told that I'm an Indian. I become a Hindu when I'm told that I'm a Hindu. Otherwise, I don't know. If I was not told, I would not have these images. Right? All my conditioning, every behavior that I learn as a child is part of my conditioning. All my conditioning, all the fears that I learn, introject, imbibe, by observing, by listening, by seeing, that also becomes part of my bag, my collection of consciousness, right? My desires, my anxieties, my fears, my drives, my selfish activity, all that is me. Now, if you want to find out the purpose of life of this I, is going to be, related with all these things. And the purpose is going to be limited, selfish, born out of fear, born out of anxieties, born out of depressions. And that is going to be my purpose. So it's very important to find out who am I. It's not something that you're going to go somewhere and find it. It's not something that is going to happen in time. You already are. If it is you, you already are that. And the only realization that needs to come is of things that cover it, that takes us away from it, what you really are. If I may say, like, silence is eternal. The sounds appear and disappear. Different sounds appear and disappear, but silence is eternal, everywhere. Even at the edge of the universe, there is silence, right? Absolutely infinite, without beginning, without end. Same way, awareness is eternal. Now, don't see it as a concept. Can you really feel it? Can you really be it? Can you be in that space where there is only awareness, where you are not there? And if you are in that space where there is only awareness, you don't need this question becomes irrelevant. Everything is revealed. It might sound mystic, and if it does sound mystic, do it. Your thought creates all your concepts of time. Your thought, movement of your thought, creates all your ideas of space. Your thought also creates all your identifications. It also creates all those images, right? It creates you. And as long as you're operating from there, and thought is also measurement in terms of time, in terms of distance. So I go to find myself somewhere else. I go to find myself in the future, or I try to find myself in the past. Totally scattered energy. I absolutely miss this moment, presence, awareness. This is what I am. If I am here, that is all. And if I am going to find the purpose of my life through thinking and analysis and processing, it's never going to be purpose of a true purpose of any life. It's going to be a limited, selfish, self-motivated purpose. And I'm not that. Awareness brings not answers, wisdom. And if you really are interested in this question, I think it's an important question, then stay with the question. Don't try to answer it. Go into it. We've gone into just one dimension of it. Purpose of whose life? Who is it? Who is he? Who is she? Explore it. Keep going into it and you will know. If I may say that, beyond thought, there is an insight that brings about this wisdom where all the answers are there. In fact, all the questions are revealed. Even wrong to say all answers are there. Answer is never outside the question. Stay with the question and you will know what is the purpose of your life.